everybody. It's just me, which is okay.
Oh, there it is.
Whoa, volume. Rookie mistake. Yeah. Jay's not feeling good at all, which really sucks because we have our Posh on sip tomorrow. And yeah, so we have almost 20 people coming here, and he has been like really, really sick. So sick, I'm like, stay away from me. So I might just be like hostess with the mostest tomorrow. Hi, hello. So it is me tonight. Yay. And we can't reschedule because we already rescheduled once because of the rain. So Posh and Sip's going to happen no matter what. Aw, let him know you told him to feel better soon. Yeah, I was doing like making the soup and stuff. So hi, everybody. I've been preparing for the Posh and Sip. They have this like banner where it's like you print it out and it spells Poshmark somehow. And like you hang it up and everyone takes pictures. And then I'm like, how much ink am I using printing these? It'll be fun. So, hello, everybody. Oh, I see another Karen in the chat. That's a beautiful name. Kind of a little partial to the name Karen. Oh, awesome, Carrie Berry. Oh, that's so much fun to say. Yeah, so today we're going to talk about branding and kind of getting repeat buyers when you're not a boutique. Because I know most of us aren't boutique owners on Poshmarks, buying just wholesale and having boutique items. Most of us have, used items or, thrifted items or non-boutique items. And so how do you actually like build customers to come back to your closet and get repeat buyers? I have repeat buyers. I don't have like crazy amounts of them. I have 3 people that come every single month, like clockwork every single month. I see their name. I'm like, yep. One girl buys a bundle from me every single time. I know she's all like bundle discount and save on shipping. So like, how can you start like building your brand and like getting people to come back to you? It's not going to happen every single time. A lot of people are just like one and done. They see something they want, they buy it, they're out, they're good. They give you a review, you're good, moving on. But, we want to find people that we connect with and they like our stuff, that they're going to come back and keep buying from us. Oh, Marcy says, I got my first 4 stars. Not wrong. Packaging. Great buyer, rated 4 stars. Selected no other reason. Huh. I know I've heard there's some people that are like really stingy with their 5 stars. And 4 stars is not bad. It's really not bad. But if it's your first 4 stars, now you're not at a perfect 5-star rating anymore. So I completely get that. Don't take it too harsh. If you get like a 2-star or a 1-star and you get like really an angry person, then you're going to start worrying about it a little bit and wonder like where you kind of went wrong. Some people are harder to please. And maybe that 4-star really is 5 stars in their head. So yeah, he's really not feeling all that great, Kristen. And I feel bad because it's like we went to Cincinnati and then we came home and we were like really busy and we have all this stuff to do. Now we're going to Texas. So it's like wrong time to get sick. Really wrong time to get sick for him. Hi, Melanie. I had a boss who would never give you a perfect evaluation. See, some people are just very difficult to please. And whenever you leave anything under 5 stars, they give you like little prompts that you can choose. Like, was it shipping speed? Was it like item description? And then you can elaborate with the love note. Anything under 5 stars, nobody else sees. That's just for you to kind of like get better and build and say, okay, I won't do that anymore. But yeah, some people are just hard to please. But don't worry, no one's going to see that 4 stars, only you. It's one thing I like about the Poshmark. I was thinking maybe they didn't fit the way she wanted and took it out on the rating. Yeah, especially, Poshmark's very strict, like with their return policy, or lack thereof, I guess you could say. So yeah, some people get it. When you order stuff online, it doesn't matter where you order it from. You're always going to like run the risk that it might not fit you. Even if you ask for measurements and you know your own measurements, or maybe you've worn that brand before. Sometimes size inconsistencies happen in the same brand. So, some people, it's the risk you take from ordering online. Out are the days of us going to malls and like bringing like 10 items into a dressing room and getting all dressed and you're like, oh, this doesn't look great, and this doesn't look great. And now that in Poshmark, you can't just return it because of fit. And some people get a little sore for that. So it might be the reason. My favorite 3-star. I didn't know it was green. Oh no. Oh no, she didn't know it was green. Thank you so much, Dora. I had a buyer give me 3-star rating. She said I would have liked to see it on a mannequin and said it didn't fit. I don't know what to do. That's really odd to see it on a mannequin. Mannequins kind of show how clothing would drape off of a human form, but it doesn't necessarily mean her seeing it on a mannequin would have been like, that would have fit me, because everybody has a different style body. And who would say she looks like a mannequin, this lady? So it's going to happen. The more sales you guys get, you're going to get 3 stars. You're going to get 4 stars every now and again. For the majority of the time, I get 5 stars. I'll just get 5 stars, no love note, or I get 5 stars, love note. And every now and again, I'll get a 4-star without explanation. It's what it is what it is. You can't let that one under 5 stars kind of like get to you, because you have so many positive feedbacks. You have so many love notes that people actually took time to type out and say, this was awesome, great packaging, I love the items, awesome bundle. And then they left 5 stars. Even if they didn't type out a love note, you can't let that 1 or 2 negative people really get to you. You keep on trucking. Keep on going, because there's going to be so many more 5 stars. Some people even write in comments once in a while, like, I could have given you 10 stars if I could. And it's like, cool. Awesome. It was kind of funny because that was a week of massive sales. The more you sell, the more you risk of, somebody might give you 4 stars. It happens. So who here has repeat buyers? If you have repeat buyers or buyer, put a 1. If you don't have repeat buyers, or you're not sure if you have repeat buyers, put a 2 in the comments. I really want to know. Sometimes it's also hard to know if you have repeat buyers, because all it is that like screen name, or the closet name. 1, we have a 1, we have a 1, we have a 2. 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2. Oh, we have a good mix. So we have some people that do have repeat buyers, and we have some that are like, you want them. So one thing I do is I never delete. I have an email address just for Poshmark. It's its own Gmail. I have nothing else going there except for Poshmark stuff. And I actually never ever delete that email that has a shipping label attached to it. They're like, I have so many in my stored email. And Gmail is like completely searchable. So I just search the closet name and it'll tell me if like I have a shipping label from the past that went to that closet before. So then I know. And I started keeping track. Sometimes people, when they're like talking to you in comments, they sound more familiar to you and like they're talking to you like they know you. And then I go in my email and I type in their name. I'm like, I do know them. So you can and should start keeping like either old school written notebook or notes in your computer, a spreadsheet, something saying like, okay, this person, that person, they have bought from me multiple times. I have a small list of people that I'm on, like, I tag them when I get a certain pair of jeans in, like long inseams, tall people. I have 3 ladies that I tag anytime I get an inseam that is like a 33 or more, like 33 to 34. And I'm like, that's understandable. You have a hard time finding jeans. Same thing with repeat buyers. You want to try to help when you can and kind of like stand out. So we have a lot. Okay, so we have a 1 and it says not many though. One thing I started doing now, I use the dressing room feature. The dressing room is that like double hangers at like the top near like the closet name. And I made a little sale banner. And when somebody leaves me 5-star feedback and they actually write a love note, they don't just leave 5 stars and take a hike. They write something nice, and they say 5 stars, yada, yada, yada. What I do is I direct share this like sale banner to their dressing room. And it says, thank you so much. I really appreciate your 5-star feedback. Your next purchase from me, take 25% off anything, $20 and more, single item only. Stores do this. You go to stores and they'll do this. They'll put like a coupon in the bag and they'll say, hey, next time you're in the store, use this coupon, and they want you to go back to the store. So then, you're getting your clothes out of the bag and that coupon falls out. You're like, oh yeah, I could go back in a month and save yada, yada. So it doesn't work every time, but I've had it work multiple times. and it kind of like shows like that you appreciate their business. I like it. And it also gets my direct share numbers up without spamming, because it's not spamming. It's somebody bought from you. They left you feedback and you're showing them appreciation. And you're saying, hey, here, have a coupon. So that's definitely a way to get repeat buyers. Also, people that you notice are liking a lot of your stuff and have purchased from you in the past, but haven't purchased again. Try sending them private offers once in a while. Take notice of the people and the activity you're seeing in your closet. This is where it could get really overwhelming because it's just that little closet name. And it's hard sometimes. Or I'm very visual. I remember like the little icon, like the picture. Like mine's a flamingo. But yeah, I remember what the little picture looks like. And I'm like, oh, I know that person. Okay. So then like I'll go to their closet and I'll share a bunch from their closet. And then I might even say, hey, send out a private offer on things. This is where the dressing room really comes in handy. Who here uses the dressing room feature? 1 if you do, 2 if you don't. 2 if you don't or have no clue what it is. How about that? The dressing room is a powerful tool that some people really abuse, and some people use it properly. Yay, a 2. We'll teach you the dressing room. 1, 2, 2, 2. Definitely 2. Okay. It's my sales lifesaver number 1. Yeah, the dressing room, when they first came out with it, they had like a live, I think it was like a live Facebook, like Poshmark went live on Facebook or something like that. And they announced it and they showed it. And when like a web developer is talking about a new feature and they're so excited, but they're using like technobabble. It was one of those, and everyone's like, ooh, dressing room. But everyone was still kind of confused about what the heck it was. We knew where to find it. We knew like the double hanger icon. See, too, no idea how to use it. A lot of people, when the dressing room was announced, they were like, well, what is it? It sounds great, but we don't know. What the heck is it, I've never made a sale with the offer to likers. Am I the only one? And a 2. Keep at it. Keep at it with the sales to likers. I don't understand it. Well, one of the things that the dressing room does is it has everything all in one place. So when you enter the dressing room, you can enter it from your closet. You can enter it from anybody else's closet. It's always like the double hanger. And then either one, you can choose if you want to view it as yours or theirs. So if you go into your own dressing room in your closet, click on the double hangers, you can filter anybody who has ever liked anything in your closet. So this is how you're going to know if there's somebody that kind of liked a lot of your stuff, but you didn't really notice it. Maybe it was like through a month or two and they would like something here, like something there. But visually now you're seeing all your likes from that one person that they, oh my goodness, they liked 6 of my items, but they haven't bought from me yet. Why? You know, you can also filter for bundles. So, you know, when people add item to bundle, so-and-so added something to bundle, so-and-so added something to bundle, and you're like, ooh, ooh, ooh. Then nothing. You all know what I'm talking about. I used to get excited over bundles. I'm like, ooh, someone's adding something to a bundle, and then crickets. So the dressing room feature, there's a filter in it where you can filter likes or filter bundles, and then you could see, oh, okay, this person has a bundle they didn't make an offer on, and I didn't make an offer on. So I go into my dressing room a handful of times a week, unless I actually need to like send something directly to somebody. It really helps me see, like, if I have somebody that likes a lot of my stuff that I didn't know what it is, you know, and it might just be like one thing that would get them to buy something from you. Maybe sending a private offer, or maybe doing 2 price drops on like 2 of the 6 items that they want. Maybe all of a sudden they're like, ooh, 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 I want that, you know? So it kind of organizes everything, where if you just, it also organizes it for you too. You know, you have when you're buying and you have all your likes, they're not in order. They're in order of when you liked something. So your dressing room, you can also filter as a buyer yourself and see, oh, hey, I liked 5 things from this one person. Now I have the opportunity to bundle and save on shipping. So it kind of goes both ways. If all of you guys are like number two, clueless about this dressing room, play around with it. You know, click on it, pull down the menus where you can switch between your closet and the other person's closet. See, you know, direct shares, don't spam people, but play around with it a little bit more and kind of start realizing like it's opportunity that it is. But I have gotten repeat buyers because of the dressing room, because it's just so much going on when people are liking. And I have 120,000 followers on Poshmark. How am I going to remember every single person? And I try. I really do. This is where keeping notes is important, you know, or when somebody, you just see like in your newsfeed, heart, 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 share, 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 heart, heart, heart. And it's like, and the newsfeed keeps going. So the dressing room really, really helps. Play around with it. Can I create a bundle offer for someone who has liked multiple items? Unless somebody has actually added it to a bundle, you can't send them an offer. The only, like mass likers, when someone has liked a bunch of your stuff, the only thing you can do is send a private offer to likers where it will go to that person and everybody else who's liked it. But if they haven't actually added it to a bundle, then you can't. I know. I guess that's good though, because people would be spamming and just being like sending out offers and offers and offers. I've only had 2 people. Oh, see, I'm scrolled funny. I'm going to fix you guys so I can read all this. I have only had 2 people make a bundle with only 1 item. I made them an offer on that 1 item. Should I be suggesting more items to them to add? You can definitely do that if there are relevant items. You don't want to spam them. So when you also enter the dressing room and you see, when you click on that 1 item bundle, it'll bring you to the dressing room. It should in the lower corner say so-and-so style card, like that buyers. And then you click on that and it will tell you their size preferences. Hopefully the people have filled it out. So, you know, if they've only added 1 thing to the bundle and you're like, I have stuff that would go with that. You don't want to direct share something that you don't know would fit them or not. Go into their style card, you know, say tops, medium, and 8, shoes, 6.5, 7. And you're like, okay, now I know what I can direct share to them. Last time I used the dressing room that way, somebody had added a single item to a bundle and it was dress slacks. And I had 2 pairs of very similar dress slacks, same brand, same size. They just were different patterns. And I was like, I'm just going to share that to her. And she bundled them and bought them. You know, so you never do know until you try, but you don't want to like overwhelm somebody either with like 20 items. Aha, the style card. I had no idea even to check this. Thanks. You're welcome. Yeah. The dressing room still confuses people. I'm telling you. And yeah, they definitely did not explain it well when it came out, but they were all excited about it. Oh, Poshmark dressing room. And you're like, yay, I don't get it. It was a lot of me just playing around with it and like seeing what people were sending me. And I go, ooh, that's what I could do with it, you know? So whenever there's a new feature, you got to get comfortable with it. Poshmark releases these features to better you as a seller and the buying experience, because Poshmark doesn't make money until you sell something. So they want you guys, they want me, they want you, they want us to sell stuff. So if you're not doing that, they're giving us all these tools to help those sales. So you got to get comfortable with them. And I know we are human and we don't like change so much. You know, we get used to it being one way and we're so good at doing it one way. And then we're like, they changed something. I've never had someone buy from the style card suggestion options I sent them. I've never even sold a bundle. It's all been individual items and they're never repeat buyers. Most of the people that are going to be buying from you are just going to be people that have searched something in the search bar, because that's the majority of how people buy. They're going to go into the search bar and they're going to type in Hudson jeans, dark wash, size whatever, and you're going to pop up. If they like it, they're going to buy it, you know, if they're in the market for it, you know, and that's going to be the majority of our sales. But there's also people out there that like the platform. There's buyers and sellers, you know, and there's a whole generation of people who don't want to buy new, and they don't want clothes ending up in landfills and getting incinerated and burning up our atmosphere. They want to like reuse clothing, you know, good clothing. So people will actually like come back. So not every single person that you encounter is going to be a repeat buyer. No, there are people that swoop in, purchase something from me. I ship it to them. They leave me 5 stars. I never see them again. Never hear from them again. They don't follow me. I don't follow them. It's like a drive-by. I'm good with that. Why? I made a sale. That's cool. But occasionally the more you do it, even though right now you're like, I don't sell bundles, nobody really like comes back to me, it will start happening the more you do this. The more you do this and you start focusing on the people that you do see pop up in your feed a lot, the people that do like a lot of your items and, you know, follow your closet. How do you learn all these tips and tricks? Is there a place to find what's new, or is it really just trial and error? So any of the features on Poshmark weren't released simultaneously. You know, like the dressing room was released when it was. The newest one, the private offer to likers, that was a single release. So they don't just say, hey, you know, all this stuff all at once. And they do it like individually so we can all get used to it. And it's just like playing around with it and getting comfortable. Poshmark is so user-friendly. And unless you click buy or adds a bundle, buy or offer, everything else can be undone. You know, until there's money involved, everything else can be undone. So don't be afraid to like, that's how you're going to learn, get better at it, is by poking around. I'm only a month into Poshmark. Okay, that's good, Amanda. Keep going. Don't be afraid. Click around. Click, click, click. Oh, I love all the emojis. I'm trying to read everything. See, when Jay's here, he can read and I can talk and vice versa. And now I'm like, what's that one say? I'm trying. Oh my goodness. And on my phone, that doesn't help either. Has anyone noticed hours after you send a private offer, if someone likes that item, the private offer goes to them also? Yes. So that is a newer feature added on to the new feature, the private offer to likers. Say you had 6 people liking your item and you're like, I'm going to send them 20% off with $4.99 shipping. And that's good for 24 hours. And you send it away to those 6 people. And then a party happens and you're sharing yourself to the party. And now 2 more people see that item and they're like, I'm going to like this. And they like it. Within that 24 hours, they are going to get the notification for that same 20% off $4.99 shipping. However, this is by default. Poshmark kind of adjusted it. And after they did the private offer to likers, it is in your notification settings if you don't like this. Because some people think it's pushy. You know, some people feel like, oh my goodness, they just liked the item and now they're getting, oh my goodness, 20% off, $4.99. Like it seems pushy. And I get that. Some people really feel that way. So if you don't like that aspect of it, it's in your notifications. Just slide it off in your phone. It's kind of like when you sign up for the app, all the notifications are turned on and then you have to adjust them as you see fit. It's kind of like a default setting. Oh, you've only been on Poshmark? Jessica's been on Poshmark for a month and a half and has reached ambassador status. Woohoo! Awesome. And Paul had his first sale today. This is awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Oh, and then you guys know I love emojis, and I see this. See, I do a really good, what's that one? Smiley. I do a good one like that. Awesome. Yes, we are going to Posh Fest. They re-released tickets. Guess what happened? Sold out again. I knew it would happen, though. You know, it's the first time they were like, we're going to release them to ambassadors. That sold out. Next day, they're like, we're going to release it to the general population. That sold out in like 2 days. So then they're like, okay, third wave is coming. Of course it was going to sell out because anybody that missed the first 2, they're like sitting on their computer like at noon going, buy, 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 buy. It's like the fashion Comic-Con. Like, I don't know. It sold out again. See, yes, I got mine on Wednesday. Awesome. Look for the purple hair. Come and say hi. My first day. First day on Poshmark? First day of many. I made a few sales during the couple months I've been on Posh, trying to get more sales. So, list daily. And I know sometimes when people are doing this as like a side hustle and they're like, oh, I just want to make a little extra cash, and they're not as serious about it. Even just listing 3 to 5 items a day are going to start bringing you daily, like more towards daily sales. You know, if you're just listing sporadically and, you know, sharing sporadically, you're on the app, you're doing what you're doing, but it's not like consistent. You're going to have inconsistent results. So, and I get it. I get that a lot of you guys are like working full time. You're working 40 hours for somebody else. Maybe you even have like 2 jobs and then you're like coming home and doing a side hustle. I get it. That's a lot. So try to take all your photos and maybe write your descriptions all in one sitting. And then throughout the week, like space them out and like sporadically put them out. And then you'll start seeing more consistent sales. I've got my golden ticket and I've got an Airbnb for cheap. I'm set. Awesome. Last year in Chicago, like did they even release the hotel yet? It already sold out. Last year in Chicago at Posh Fest, they released the Posh Fest tickets, but they also had the hotel announced. The hotel was seriously like an 1/8 of a block away. There was like a little side street in between. Like I walked there every morning, like for a minute. And so they released the Posh Fest tickets with the hotel, and they're like, oh, you know, you could get both here. You don't have to stay at the hotel or whatever. Me and Jay did end up staying at the hotel. Jay came with me, but he didn't go to Posh Fest. But we got a better price by calling the hotel because we have like it was a Hilton, and we're Hilton's honors members and AAA members. So we got like a cheaper price by calling the hotel, but we stayed there. So this year they didn't release a hotel yet. And they keep saying we're going to really be releasing a hotel where they have like a group rate, you know, like they section so much of the hotel off for, you know, the Posh Fest. And I don't even know if they've done it yet. However, doesn't matter. Me, Jay, and a bunch of people, Melanie, you're in the chat. We got Airbnb as well. So I guess that's the way to go. They were going. And like all the people that were looking at getting a place, the places started selling. I'm like, dude, it just sold out like 5 minutes ago. So yeah, like I think all of the fashionistas are going to be taking over the town. We're going to be taking over the town. Question, Karen, I had a buyer ask for free shipping today and wanted to pay $20 on a dress. What is the etiquette for this transaction in the comment section? How do you handle this? So, if you agree, I don't like doing anything in the comment section, you know, and somebody asked me today, I had done a private offer to Lakers. And she said, can I still get this for $22 and then the $4.99 shipping? I said, honey, just add it to a bundle. That's all I said. I'll say open to offers by using the offer button below. If you don't agree with it, that's hard too, because if they want a $20 dress and then free shipping, that really eats into your profits because then you're paying for the shipping as well. And you only make $16 on a $20 item as it is on Poshmark. So it really depends. You want to kind of be vague though, because what happens is if you say, sure, I will take $20 for this dress and free shipping. And then the person, you never hear from them again. I'm sure you all know what I'm talking about, like crickets. Now that comment is stuck there for everybody to see. So anybody coming to look at that beautiful dress you have, they're gonna be like, well, I want it for $20 and free shipping. And you can't say, well, no, because it's right there in writing. That's something. Poshmark used to not have an offer button. And the way back in the when some. You used to actually have to do your negotiations in the comments. They learned really quick. People were deleting and relisting like crazy when a deal kind of went sideways or like the buyer like disappeared and didn't answer them. Now we have the buyer, the little offer button. Flipland Hustler, I'm late. Better late than never, right? And then a bunch of emojis. I'm just trying to read. Yep. During your lunch break, work list, follow, share. Utilizing your downtime on the lunch break. As long as you're not on the clock for somebody else, you know? Because then it's like they're paying you and you're trying to make money. That's not making them money. There's kind of a fine line there. Once you accidentally hit buy and they reverse the transaction about 10 minutes, you have 3 hours after hitting buy as a buyer to retract the buy. Just in case there's buyer's remorse or whatever. Ooh, Trina just posted her first item last night. Awesome. Keep posting. Keep listing. Keep listing. Keep listing. Yeah. Making sure I get it all. Love the information, but I gotta list some shoes I never wore. I love listing shoes. They're like so easy. They like, I don't know. I love listing shoes. I hate listing dresses though. Maxi dresses, like long ones. You got this little square photo and you got this like floor length maxi dress. How are you going to be doing that? Quick question. What are the rules about fake handbags on Posh and eBay? If you disclose that they are indeed fake, you can't sell them if they are replicas. It's illegal, not just on Poshmark and eBay and any other site. It's illegal, period. Designer replicas it's ripping off that designer's intellectual property and making money on something. They didn't make the designer the bag. They didn't make it. They stole somebody's idea, made it for cheaper, and are making money on it. So when I sell high-end stuff, I don't always get high-end stuff. But when I do, there's certain things I'm always like, when I had like Christian Louboutins, and I asked like 3 people. I was like, tell me the real. And like, I was really leaning towards real, but I like made sure that they were indeed real, because it's like, I don't want Poshmark, you will get kicked off. There are people that create Poshmark closets. So all you need is an email. They create these closets and they list high quality knockoffs. And they'll list them at like a couple $100s, but not at the $500 where they have to get sent to Poshmark. And in the actual listing, it'll say high quality handbag, yada, yada, yada. Hurry before this gets deleted. Poshmark will delete in 24 hours. They know. And then once that closet gets shut down, they already have a new name and the same pictures to go up. And it's wrong, you know? So if you get fake bags. I have actually purchased some things in the past where I'm like, ooh, and I like research in the store. You know, you're in like the thrift store and you're like, ooh, is this real? And you're like looking at all the things. And I've made a few bad buys and I find out it's fake. And I know some people might just go and redonate it. I destroy, because I don't want to put that back on the market. I don't want to, you know, if I redonate it, then somebody else down the line is going to find that same handbag or jeans or whatever it is. And they're going to be like, they're going to buy it thinking it's real. And it's going to perpetuate this really bad like thing, you know? So I destroy, I throw it out. I get really sad, but I throw it out. But don't sell replicas, even especially when you know they're replicas. How do you make sure they are real? How can you get validation it's real? So, there is a Facebook group for handbags. I'm going to try to find it. So if I'm quiet for about like 20 seconds, because I want to tell you the exact one. I found this. It has saved me numerous times. You have to get like approved into it. But I did Designer Divas high-end authentications. They have helped me on shoes. They mostly deal with handbags and like accessories, but like they have also done clothing as well. What happens is they have to approve you. You have to say why you're interested in the group. I said, hey, I'm a reseller and I don't believe in like selling fakes. I don't want to accidentally sell a fake. So I want to join this group just in case I ever acquire something. They accepted me in like hours. And then they've helped me a bunch of times, but it's not a community thing. They have 4 or 5 administrators, and they are the only ones that are allowed to comment. The people that are the high-end divas. They're the only ones that are allowed to say yes, no. They don't want, it's 6.6 thousand members in the Designer Divas. They don't want like everybody giving their 5 cents, and it just takes one person being off and wrong, you know, and then so that they nope, no one can comment on it, only the people. So if you sell handbags or high-end stuff, or you just want to have it in your arsenal, go on Facebook, Designer Divas high-end authentications. And it's good to have it there, you know, for when you do get a bag or something like that. What are some of your other favorite Facebook groups for Poshmark? Good question. I really like the Poshmark analytics group. So I sometimes feel bad because Lynn McLaughlin, Cromar, I've talked with her multiple times. She's one of the administrators there, like number crunchers. This is the analytics people. They always do like all these tests and stuff to like kind of like know what the algorithm's doing, because the algorithm changes here and there, and they have like test groups and 10 people do this, 10 people. I can never participate because I don't have enough time. You know, I would have to cut out YouTube. And I don't want to cut out YouTube. And I give when I can, but like I definitely don't participate as I should. And I feel bad sometimes. But like I've talked to her, they're the ones that actually came up with the 30-minute method. That the administrators in that group. So any picture, like if you Google search Poshmark 30-minute method and you find like a picture of it where they like, it's pretty colors and it's all like listed out and it's not like a PDF. It's always like one of the administrators has like their name at the bottom. So when I made the video on YouTube about the 30-minute method, I was talking to her. I was like, I know. I'm like, can I share this with people? I'm like, it's really important. And she said, yeah, sure. No problem. So that's what I love, the Poshmark analytics, especially if you're into numbers and algorithm stuff. I also like, where did it go? Connecticut Poshers, but obviously, if you're not from Connecticut, my friend Nicole started that one. And I would search Facebook for something similar of your own state. I would search New Jersey Poshers or whatever, or Texas Poshers or something of that. And, you know, if there isn't a group already there, create one. You can make administrators. You don't have to run the show, but it's really good to kind of know who's in your own state, especially when there's meetups or Posh and sips going on, local hangouts. Sometimes it's really fun to get together with a couple of people and, you know, go thrifting together, like a thrifting meetup. So Nicole created it, and I love my ladies in the Connecticut Poshers group, you know, and it's like, I actually know a lot of them like in real life. So that helps too. They're not just like a pretty face in a little picture. I bought a COH jean. It did not see that the bottom of the jean has some wear and has a tear. Is it still good to sell or not? So where's the tear exactly? Tears are bad. If they walk on the back of the jean, I'm thinking is what you mean. That's very common. I'm sure every single person has had a pair of jeans that was like a half an inch, a little bit too long in the inseam. And it kind of dragged underneath your sneakers and did that fraying thing. Happened to me all the time in high school. All the time. So you would have to list it. It does definitely devalue the jeans. You can't say, hey, these jeans are pristine, except for the back's all messed up. You have to say they're great. They got great bones. The jeans themselves are great, but the back has some fraying. So it definitely devalues it. I love your vids. Oh, thank you. And then this is my new favorite emoji. You all know what I'm doing, right? I don't know. It looks so funny, like from like far away. It's like wax on, wax off. Have you ever encountered a fake Lululemon? I think I happened upon some. So I haven't. I have seen many blog posts on it, you know, where they do fake real and things to look out for. It's a lot of knowledge to kind of like suck in when you're just looking like real fake. You're like, and half these pieces I probably won't encounter my entire. Lululemon's huge. They have so many clothes, and anything, dude, it's just workout gear. They have like so many tank tops, so many different pairs of leggings, and it's crazy. So as of right now, I have not purchased any fake Lululemon. Knock on wood. It could happen. Definitely check it out. I did purchase some older Lululemon, and it was called the Repose Tank, and they don't make them anymore. It's probably like an 8-year-old tank top. Things were in like fabulous condition, and somebody had reported all of my Lululemon on Poshmark as being fake replica. But I'm lucky, I guess. It was one of my PFFs, somebody that I have talked to multiple times in the app. We like tag each other here and there, not like every day, but you know, like we know each other. And she tagged me right away because she got that thing like, keep Poshmark in tip-top shape. And then you review all of the violated listings, kind of like a self-policing. So she went to review. She's like, I knew your pictures right away. She's like, she don't sell fake stuff. She's like, I just letting you know if someone like reported all your listings as like fake. And I'm like, they're definitely not. She's like, oh, I declined them. I said they were real. Thank goodness, you know. Sometimes people could do that too out of spite. Like, what if you decline their offer, or, you know, they were lowballing you and you're not going that far down. Some people might report out of spite too. Some people are, yeah, got to grow up a little bit. Tip for the novice people in the chat: follow, share, list, repeat over and over again. Yes. I started late March and up to $300 more in sales for the month, plus 8,000 followers. Follow, share, list, repeat. List, share, share, share. I do a lot of target following. You know, I know what brands I sell. So when I'm in a party, like today at 3 o'clock, it was Best in Jeans. I swear they made this party for me because I love selling jeans so much. But when I'm scrolling through the party showroom and I see like a pair of Hudson jeans with like 12 likers on it, and I'm like, I always get Hudson jeans and it's a common size. I'm going to follow all those people because it's something I always get in my closet. I just joined the Authenticator group and was approved. Ah, good. I'm suspicious of some Steve Madden shoes. Not really designer, but I'm suspicious. I'm not sure. Steve Madden? It's not really that high end to go and fake. Steve Madden's old though. Like Steve Madden's was like since I was in high school. Like, remember like the slides that came back in the fashion? The flump, flump, flump slides. So it might just be old, but I get it. I definitely get it when you're like, I don't know if this is real and you don't want to risk it. I get it. I miss the party cries. Oh, Thrifty Christy. Yeah, I was at the gym and one of my PFFs was hosting the Best in Jeans. So she gave me a host pick like 2 minutes into the party. So I'm like at the gym and I'm like, all of a sudden my phone's like, congratulations on your host pick. Congratulations on your host pick. And I'm like, just trying to like run. Yeah. And I was like, oh no. And I look and I'm like, Best in Jeans. Got to get home. I love my denim. I got a few North Faces, Free Country Mountain Hardware, and Victoria's Secret pink items in my closet, and it doesn't move. Tips to move them and still make profit. North Face is usually a pretty good, solid company, and they usually move. If it's out of season, that might be a reason. I do know North Face does make t-shirts and shorts as well. I don't know what Free Country is or Mountain Hardware, but Victoria's Secret pink, I know that they have a following. I know a lot of people like that stuff. It might be your price point. It might be your pictures. If those items have been listed for quite some time, Amanda, and they're just not moving, no matter how much you share them, relist them. Definitely relist them. You know, so people get so afraid to relist. Don't be afraid. Yay, 2 people have went into the Facebook group. It's a really good group to have like in your back pocket. You know, and then, there is one more, the designer database. This is on Facebook as well. So the designer database, it's all it's called, is a group for people across all selling platforms to come together and get help with identifying designers, clothing, and labels. It comes in handy when you go to a store and you're like, this is a beautiful shirt or dress, but you can't read the tag. You know, or some designer tag and it's just like a picture or something and you have no idea what it is. You take a picture of it and you post it and somebody out there knows exactly what that tag is, you know. So a lot of times people will be like, oh, it's this or that. Once I posted, this is like in the beginning when I first found the designer database, I took a picture and I was like, I have no idea what this is. It was an Anthropologie brand. I was like, I know it was a nice shirt. Yeah, well, what was it? one of the ones that are just a picture, which was like so many of them. But yeah, it's like, it's just, oh, it's going to bug me. It's going to bug me. It's just like a picture. And I was like, that's not a maker. It's just a, oh, what was it? Designer database. That's another good one to have in your back pocket. Resources. Finally caught this live. Yay, Heather. Yeah, Heather, it's just me tonight. Jason's not feeling all that well at all. And I want him to get better for the Posh and Sip tomorrow. Different subject, I've been avoiding it. I know I have to face the music and start calculating all of my receipts. What was the program you mentioned? Oh, so it is self-employed by QuickBooks. It's a little green icon. It's like QB, like QuickBooks. It's really nice because you hook your bank account up to it. So it also tracks your pluses and negatives, just like your bank register does. And anytime you get a receipt, you literally like snap a picture of it. I do my receipts all in a week. I like make a little pile, and then you snap. And it like analyzes it. Only once was it like, I have no idea what it was. It was a Salvation Army receipt. And they're like really like old school registers where it was like so faded. It just asked me to verify like it was, is that really $93? Like what was it, you know? But yeah, and it tracks it all. I still save the receipts just in case, but it's great. I got that after, I got that at the beginning of this year. Yeah. So it's so easy. How many items do you need in your closet to have consistent sales every day? So there's definitely, this is one of those topics that the ladies in the Facebook analytics groups love. Like they go nuts over this stuff. I started seeing consistent sales daily when I hit 250, like as like my average. Right now, like for the amount I sell every day, like I don't have that many items in my closet in comparison to a lot of like I want to get to 500 because I hear that's another milestone. I hear once you hit 500, yeah. And then once you hit 1,000 active listings, like consistently. So I'm like just going and like, I just hit 300 and it's like me running up an escalator. Like I'm selling as much as I'm listing and I'm like, oh, I'll get there. I'm determined to get there. My biggest problem right now is no matter how much I source, you know, first of all, you don't know what you're going to find when you go sourcing. Even like sourcing even 5 days a week, like I can only find X amount and I'm still selling stuff and I'm trying to get up to 500. But yeah, like at 250, I started getting definitely daily sales, but that's with doing best practices. Just saying, hey, I have 250 active listings or 252. You still have to list every day. You still have to share and follow. Poshmark best practices. If you just are at 250 and you're like, now I could go take a nap. You better think again. You still have to list every single day. List. So that's when I started. When I dropped below 250, this happened. They had like a weird closet clear out. I'll never forget it. It was like in the week. It was like a Tuesday. And then they had like a weekend closet clear out. And it was before the offer to likers happened. So that was like their big sales, you know. And I took like the craziest hit on my closet numbers, even though I was still listing and sourcing. Like the amount that went out the door that week, I went like, I was almost like right at 200. And that was like, so I was like about to cry. I was like, I have never been so low and all I can remember. And my sales started getting really slow after that, you know. And then I just made it a point. I was like, Jay, you had to help me list. Like he was on the iPad and I was on my phone. We were like listing because my closet took such a hit. So try to get it to like, there's definitely different like little benchmarks that the algorithm favors. So try 250, then 5, then 1,000. One day, people, you'll see me at 1,000 active listings. My next goal is 500 items. So recently got to 275. Yay, Melanie. Yeah, I was at 250 was like my average. Sure, I'd go up to like 263 and then I'd go down to like 252, you know, but I made it to 300 and above. Now I'm like saying 300 is my basement. Like if I can't, no matter like what the weekend holds or like, you know, if there's sale or whatever, like I won't let it get below 300. It's tough sometimes though, you know, it's definitely tough, but I'll get there. I'm so determined. But now I'm starting to think of different ways of acquiring inventory where I don't actually have to go out and search for individual pieces. I've been looking more into bulk buys. So when we get back from Texas, I might do an unboxing with you guys. I'm looking into like buying bulk, not wholesale though, you know, items either like store returns or shelf pulls, something where I can get 50 to 100 pieces for X amount of money where all it is going to be at my front door. So I'm trying to like find different ways to get inventory so I can get up to 500. Amanda said I just hit over 300 and have made 3 sales this week, which is a new record for me. My goal is to hit 500 then 1,000. Yes, the different benchmarks. You could do it. Let's hold each other accountable. Hi, do you launder everything that you source? Obviously not new attack stuff, but other things. So yes, no. It really depends. Sometimes, so people don't go into their dirty hamper and go, oh, I don't want this anymore. I'm going to go send it to the thrift store. Most people, you know, when they're either doing their closet switch over from cold weather to warm weather, or they're just trying to like dwindle things down, they go into their dresser drawers or their closet and they pull clean clothes out. If it smells clean, it's pretty pressed, and it doesn't look like it's been trampled or worn. Like jeans, you know they've been worn where they have like the knees kind of bulge out a little bit and there's like the creases behind the knees because they've been sat in. Yeah, like I'm not going to wash them if they don't need it. Sometimes definitely they need it. Sometimes definitely they need it. You know, I'm helping by like recycling all these clothes and giving them new life. Why am I going to go waste water on clothes that don't need it? I have not had any negative feedback on it. I've never had someone be like, dude, this thing stinks. Well, why would you send me this stinky thing? It's dirty. I pride myself in what I put out and I send out. I think about it like if I wouldn't put it on my own body, why would I want somebody else to put it on their body? How long do you leave a listing up that gets attention but no sales? When is it time to relist, recreate the listing? Thanks so much. So I used to do it every month. I was like, once I found out about relisting, I was like, oh, I'm going to come up with a plan. So I would list, share. In about a month, I would relist it, but that became overwhelming. So it's about every month and a half to 2 months. But it slows down with seasonal items. Like right now, I'm not relisting sweaters. Like I still have a few left over. They're pushed at the bottom of my closet. However, come August, like back to school shopping, when people are starting to think like fall, I'm relisting those sweaters like as a fresh listing. But seasonal on-trend stuff that is getting likes but not getting purchased, no matter how many private offers you send out or bundle offers you send out, still nothing. Maybe like a month and a half, maybe a month. If you can handle doing a month and keeping track of it, yeah. That's what I did when I was in Cincinnati. I was like, I still needed a list every day, but I didn't, I wasn't home. So I relisted every day. I chose 5 things and I relisted it, and I sold a few of them. So it definitely works. I went sourcing today. KFP. I can't wait till Friday to go sourcing. Fridays are for sourcing. Awesome. Okay, every month plus a little sounds good. Yeah, just kind of be aware of it. My inventory number is like bin location and item location, which is usually like B152. It used to be 6 digits. It used to say 01B217 or whatever. And the first 2 told me when it was listed, like 09 would be September. And then the B2 would be what bin it was in. And then the last 2 would tell me, but it was just getting too complicated. And I was like, ugh. Or I'd forget like the first two numbers, and I'm like, and then like some of them had them and some of them didn't. And then I realized I wasn't really paying attention to the first two numbers when I went to relist. So I stopped doing that. So I just use like a 4-number tracking system right now. I simplified it. It works. Question. Yes. Do you have to have 2 separate PayPal accounts if you have 2 stores? Do you know? On eBay, I'm not sure. On Poshmark, you can't even withdraw into PayPal. You could pay for a purchase with PayPal on Poshmark, but you can't like withdraw your funds into PayPal. You can either get it into your bank account, direct deposit, funds transfer, or you can request a check, like a written check. I have never done that. Has anybody ever gotten a written check from Poshmark before? Like I've never needed to. I've always just had to go into my checking account, you know? Who here has ever done that second option? Gotten a written check sent to them, like snail mail style? Has anyone seen my question? I keep sending it, but I feel like it's not coming through in the chat. What is it? I want to know. I've been answering them. Scan. It is scrolling quickly. It goes so quick, and I'll like hold my thumb on it, and like the moment I move like slightly, it'll go boom and like go back to like, you know, like live or whatever. I'm trying to find it though. I got a written check once, but then I grew a brain. How long did it take? Was it like the same like priority mail? Did you get it in like 2 or 3 days? Question, if you ship an item, the post office closes and the buyer retracts, what do you do? What happens? So they have 3 hours to, you know, cancel their transaction. So some people wait a day to ship. Like if they get the order at 10 o'clock in the morning, sure, they can send it out that day. Some people I know wait until the next day just in case. Personally, I ship same day, next day before noon. If they made an offer on it, they can't cancel. They have to contact you to cancel. But I've heard of a few bad cases. Some people are like, oh my goodness, I already put it in the mailbox, and now they want to cancel. You know, but if it's after the 3 hours, the Poshmark will get involved and they might have the person resend it back to you. But I personally have never had that happen, but I get it. It goes with this business though, you know, like the post office is the middleman. We have the product, the buyer wants the product. And once it leaves our possession, and we give it over to the post office, whether we put it in the mailbox, schedule a pickup, or hand it directly to the mailman. Once we like give it to them, out of our control. It could get lost in the mail. It could take like a week and a half, and all of a sudden, like, why is it in Alaska? You know, or like stop tracking. Like it's kind of scary, especially when you deal with like high-end stuff. But it's the nature of the beast. You know, without the USPS or any other form of like shipping, how would this work? You know, it is what it is. I've had a package loss when I was a buyer, and she was in Hawaii, and it shipped, and Poshmark updates shipping, and it made it to mainland, and it was in California. And then 3 days go by, and it was like still in transit in California somewhere. But it never updated for like a week. And I'm like, dude, cannot still be in California, like with the priority mail, you know? And like, I finally contact her and she's like, yeah, I don't know where, it just hasn't moved. So she went to the post office. They put a locator on it. No one knew where this package was. So Poshmark canceled it. Poshmark reimbursed her because now she's out the shirt. She shipped it and she's not getting paid for it. And they reimbursed me. So Poshmark really does protect both buyer and seller when it's not our fault, when it's USPS's fault. But I'm talking like almost half a year goes by. Guess what happened? It shows up at my door. It was in, you know how they make like the poly mailers with like the flamingos and the pretty poly mailers and the pineapples and like the designs. It was in that. It was just a t-shirt. Thing looked like it got ran over. It had like seriously like rubber. It looked like a tire mark. It might have been a tire mark, like going across the label. Like part of it was peeled back. It was like, what happened to this thing? It must have like went through some conveyor, fell behind something, and was there for like months and nobody knew it. Like that's what I think happened. But finally it arrived at my door. I'm glad to hear Poshmark gets involved. I'd hate to lose out on the item and be responsible for intercepting. Yeah, no, Poshmark really is great with that. And I know there's other sites where it's mostly on the buyer. Like the buyer has to do like this detective work. And you know, Poshmark gets it. Once it's out of your hands, like, what can you do? I did the check. I like it, so I can't spend the money. Oh, so you got the physical check, so you wouldn't be tempted to spend the money. That's funny. That's really funny. Can I ever follow too much? Does it look bad if I'm following more people than the amount of people who are following me? So, good question. You're going to see these closets that have like a big number of followers and they're barely following like anybody. It's like so uneven. I see it once in a while on there. They have like 180K followers and they're following like 500. However, that's not the normal. And I used to be really obsessed with these numbers when I was growing my business, and I was like, oh my goodness, I'm going to keep following people. But I didn't want to have like uneven numbers. I didn't want to look too needy. Like, so I was really conscious of how many people I was following and then who were following me back. When I made suggested user, which is the ambassador now, my followers like went skyrocketing when I got on the wheel. But now I'm following a slightly more than are following me. Now I don't care, you know, like it's my business. This is how it works. And people are going to follow you. If you have nice stuff, people are going to follow you. Some people are going to follow you just to increase their numbers. That's cool too, because that's also a potential buyer. They just don't know it yet. Question, how do returns work on Poshmark? So Poshmark has very limited return policy. You can't return because it doesn't fit you. You can't return it because you don't like it. The only time Poshmark will really allow a return is if the seller misrepresented it and they said, oh, this is like new condition, but there's like a hole in the butt or something like that, or a stain or broken. And they were like kind of deceitful in their listing. Or if it got damaged or is damaged, you know, Poshmark will allow the return. So I've had only a few things actually approved for a return. I think only like 3 my entire time. 2 of them were sent back to me. Poshmark emailed the buyer a label, they pretty much just reused my packaging but taped it. That's cool. And send it back. The third person, it was a pair of jeans. She was saying like, oh, I didn't know these were so light wash, even though in the description it said light wash. And then she tried to tell Poshmark that my pictures were not true, you know, that it like kind of like was deceptive. But then every picture she took looked like the same color. So, because they make you like prove the case, but they, for some reason, approved her. And what I think she wanted was a refund and keep the jeans, because then they're like, we're going to approve the return. Because I said, I'll take them back. They're lovely jeans. Give them back. Fine. If you're not going to appreciate them. She never sent them back. I think she wanted Poshmark to say, oh, I'm so sorry you had a bad experience. Because they used to do that in the early days. If there was a really unsatisfied customer and it wasn't really like a high-end something, it wasn't worth them sending a shipping label back and forth. They'd just say, hey, keep the $25 item and we'll reimburse you money. You know, so there was like scams going on. They don't do that no more. But I think that's what she was going for, and she didn't get her wish. Now she has the jeans. Whatever. I accidentally sent somebody the wrong item. It was my fault. And okay, so that happened to me. That happened to me the very first day I was using my Rollo printer. When I just hooked up my new printer and I was so excited. I opened up the email, but I didn't double click to open a new page. So like the old label from the one before, I'm probably not using the right words, was still like loaded. So I reprinted it and I sent it. Both the buyer and the seller were both super nice. I emailed Poshmark and I was like, listen, I sent one girl 2 things. And one of the things was supposed to go to one other girl. So all Poshmark did was email the girl that got 2 packages because they used like the same label. And she just shipped it to the other lady. So they were both super nice. I can see some people being a little teed off, and it's just how some people are. But an accident's an accident. Apologize, be professional about it, and say, like, what can I do to help? Anything, and just be polite. Oh my goodness, it's 9:44. Who knew I can talk this much without the J Spence? I'm going to start wrapping it up, guys, because 15 minutes is party time. This buyer was B word. She rolled it in a ball and stuffed it in a cereal box. Wow. Yeah, some people, you can't control other people, and it stinks. There's, for every jerk out there, or every, B word out there, every bad day person out there, there's like 20 people that are just polite and normal. Maybe not like super like, ooh, cheery, but just normal people, so it's going to happen. All right. So 15 minutes, you guys go chilling. Go share some items to the party. Share. Follow list. There's more people on during these hours on the app because think about it. Everybody's home from work. Everyone's home, relaxing on the couch, whatever. So this is great time for exposure. So if you haven't shared much today, go share. Other than that, I thank you very much for stopping by. Do me a huge favor right now. Give me a thumbs up. I forgot that part. See? I'm not good at this. I would really appreciate it if you guys give me a thumbs up because then YouTube's going to be like, she's good. Thank you, Karen. I'm learning so much from you. Oh, you're welcome. Yay. And emojis. Here they come. I should be my own emoji. Yay. Smash that like button. Thank you, Melanie. I always forget to ask. Flomina says hello. Bonk, bonk. Have a good night, everybody.